Good evening, this is Mike Palmer from Mike Palmer Homes. We appreciate you visiting our site. We just completed this home here on beautiful Lake Wylie. We call this the Tonia Plan. I like doing walkthroughs of these plans. It seems to be something that people really seem to enjoy. So I'm just going to jump right in here. Once again, if you like our videos, we'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below. This home is called the Tonia Plan. This customer chose a very unique set of colors. We got the lawn starting to come in nicely here. Being is that it's early summer, they opted not to go with any shrubs. They're going to plant them themselves because this Carolina heat, sometimes you end up losing plants. It's a lot better to plant in the fall weather. Anyway, look at you have maroon shutters. We did metal roof, a metal standing seam roof up above and on the returns on the end of the gables. Set that off. We have this plan posted before called the Tonia Plan, and they did cedar posts up here in that front porch. This customer chose to go a product we call Miratech and paint it white, but I still think that shape on the front, that cathedral front porch, really adds a lot to it. Let's go up and take a look. You've got stone pedestals with double columns, wrapped in Miratech, which is composite, looks like wood, paints like wood, but it holds paint a lot better and it won't rot or peel on you. You look up the ceiling, we've got a knotty pine beadboard, which we do on our porches, and they've got that hanging hurricane lamp, and a double mahogany door. Now, what I really like about this house is the color scheme, and I wasn't sure exactly how it would come out. But that's kind of like a dark blue gray with a kind of that cranberry maroon shutter. I think it worked really, really well. And we've got Dutch quality sienna ledge stone with stone accents. So the pictures I've seen and the drone shots, this house really came out spectacular. And I'm sure our friend Chris will be mixing those in video. There we have a decorative dormer. The window pattern, they did 4/1 or 4 over clear. We see a lot of that. People like to see out their windows, but they still like the grid pattern. Let's see, what else? We've got front steps with a random flagstone pattern. Oh, I want to show you the garages. This house, what's interesting is we have what's called a tandem garage, which means you have your traditional 2-car garage over here, and you have an extra garage that's been called the toy garage, spare garage. But you put the 2 cars in here and the stuff in there, or if you have a hobby car. But look at the light fixtures, the coach lights went with this house. Those are some really unique. It's got seated glass, a tube of seated glass in the middle. Seated glass are like those little air bubbles and distress imperfections in the glass. And those are a unique light fixture you don't see very often. It's got hardy plank siding, which is a concrete fiberboard siding. When we do that, we put a nice freeze board, 2-piece freeze board all the way around. And these returns, like I said, they have a standing seam metal roof on them. Accent to go with the shutters. Really came out cool. Anyway, let's go take a look inside. All right, when you come in this foyer way here, this foyer area, a couple of things to point out right away. We did these thicker walls. That's the customer's choice. I call that a fat wall or a chunky wall. This is slang, but we widen the walls just for the effect. You see it's over here, and you'll see it all through this middle section of the house. Up here we have Curtis crown mold, and we have 7 1/4 inch base mold, and we have chair rail and backer. So when you come in, this foyer is not overly large, but it feels big because you're open to the whole rest of the house. And you can't see it now. I'll show it a little bit. There are our views of Lake Wylie back there. You've got this light fixture. Love the light fixtures in this house. I'll probably be going on about them. But this one kind of has that geodesic square shapes. Builders love shapes. We've got our floor-to-ceiling cathedral fireplace. We've got a cedar mantle with a flagstone hearth. I'm partial to hearths. This customer likes the hearths too. You've got your TV outlets right above. And like I said, a floor-to-ceiling cathedral stone as a focal point. We've got these great box cedar beams that our good friends at Superior Trim have been doing for us. And notice on this house is your living area, your great room, and your kitchen. The cathedral ceiling runs all the way through. front to back. So you've got this great big space. See, in the kitchen, this whole open kitchen area, you gotta look at this island. I love this island. This island makes me feel good. Look at that, look at the detail in that granite. Look at the different veining. This is a gray, light gray shaker style with white cabinets surrounding. When we did this house before, when we built it, they did actually a stone backsplash, a darker stone with a kind of a dark stained cabinet, made for a much different look. They're both very cool, but just different. They went with the legs, but look at the size of that island. That is a great big island. Spreading out and family entertaining. The backsplash, that's kind of a subway. It's kind of a textured subway tile. Clean lines, elegant clean lines. With that pot filler there, we had to go with a low profile microwave up above there. So you had to have a certain amount of space between the microwave and the range and the pot filler. That is 30-inch range, but look at that. It's a great griddle. That is a really cool appliance there. Anyway, and look at the drawer set here. 3 drawers. Okay, this is the brush nickel pulls, but anyway, we got dovetail joints and ball bearings, slow close drawers. The farm sink, well, not a farm sink, it's single bowl, the size of that sink. Some people like the split sink. I'm partial to these great big ones like this, and they get more and more popular. Stainless steel sink. Now, if you look again at this, the pendants, we call these pendant lights, but look at the size of these and look at the shape. Kind of have that parallelogram pyramid shape and hang from the ceiling. I love the way they come out. They work in this kitchen. They did a great job picking out these light fixtures. And the one over the dining area, complementary to match. Now this dining area, we've got the Curtis crown, and we've got the bay windows here, or those they're called bays. Those 45-degree was on the end, and they got these cool windows, these cool smaller windows. You have lots of windows out here. They'll probably be clearing out more trees, get the view of the lake. You can see the lake over there, and the leaves are down. You'll have better views. But anyway, that's the dining area, nice and spacious. So when you have that table there, the chairs aren't going to interfere with this kind of hallway area that goes to the back bedrooms. Now on the back porch, there's your door to the back porch. Once again, great back deck. You got stairs to get out. There's a nice view of the lake. Anyway, look, this is a cathedral ceiling. And with this cathedral ceiling, I absolutely love that light fixture there. It's kind of got that hurricane lamp look. That's one of my favorite deck. Well, another one that he had come with that helicopter blade. There's a few I like, but this one I really like. We got a pressure treated wood deck. It will be out of the sun, so it will, last much longer than one's exposed. But this is going to be a great space out here. You can already hear the birds and woods and the boat activity out there. Now, I just want to show you the wind siding trim. The way these windows are wrapped, this piece of wood, it looks like a piece of wood, but it's called Mirror-Tech, and they kind of did the craftsman style where it hangs over the top. Our friends over there at Lawrence and Carpentry, Osmond and the crew do a great job for us. It was good. We've had the beam around the top of the deck that's wrapped in Mirror-Tech as well, and see how they put multiple pieces there. And they put the freeze board up there. They do a real nice job for us. Okay, the dining area. Let's go to the back bedroom 2 and 3. Now this house, when it was originally designed, I like to put big bedrooms for the kids. But these aren't as big. They're not small by any means, but they're not as big because this is typically a house. More people, if they don't have a lot of kids and just had company sporadically, there's plenty of room here. Actually, these aren't bad sized bedrooms, but you notice they did them all in hardwood. They didn't want to deal with any carpet. We got a nice sized closet. I like the double ball catch doors. I'm not partial to the bifold doors because they end up broken. Anyway, window for natural light. This bedroom back here is larger. This is a little bit nicer size. Once again, hardwood. Nice big closet and a view out the back. Let's see, hall bath, secondary bath. Put some lights on here. Oh, the fan off. There we are. Again, we've got a recessed can light over the tub. This is something a lot of people ask for. That's a cast iron tub with a tile surround versus just a white fiberglass. Now this is a really nice look and it's real popular. Go with that tile, but it does cost. So people weigh out. This is going to be a more. This is a secondary bath. It's going to kind of be used as a powder room. It's going to be used a lot if it's just like an upstairs bath. Sometimes people just go with the fiberglass to save the money since it's going to get covered with a shower curtain anyway. But this one, with their paint color and the way it's the clean lines, this one I find really visually pleasing. Our commodes, pretty much our standard commode, a Gerber comfort height, elongated bowl. They've worked really well for us. Cabinet, once again, a wet shaker cabinet with, this is our standard Delta Linden faucet. You get a couple different styles for the knobs. This is just straight, but it's called a 4-inch spread where it kind of has that pedestal. In the master bedroom, I'll show you, they got an 8-inch spread, which is a little more formal. But that is our secondary bath. There's a spare closet here. This linens, vacuums, whatever. There's our main cutoff for our whole house water cutoff. There, again, a random hearthstone, just like to match the front steps out there. Hearth, random flagstone hearth, and a cedar mantle, stained clear. And again, there's just a conduit to run for your television to run down to the cable, or you can put your television down here. They kind of have the flexibility to put it above the mantle or wherever they want to. Oh, this office area is again the fat walls, and we have that chair rail and shadow box trim in there, and we put the electrical outlets down in the baseboard so they don't conflict with that trim. And look at that light fixture. Just love that light fixture for the office. That's cool with the Edison bulbs. It's kind of unique. I don't remember seeing anything like it. Now, when we built this house before, we had like a mudroom area and then a laundry room. This customer changed this a little bit. We put a closet here, it's a coat closet here. All right, when you come in. And over here is going to be your washer dryer. You come in, you will see your washer dryer, but you still have plenty of room for this nice mudroom. They did a really cool tile. A linen closet here for our general purpose closet. Then they built this great pantry over here. That's what really kind of makes this unique. Look at all that space. You're going to have a ton of room in this pantry. And it's got this barn door. Very popular feature nowadays. The door slab is the same as the house, a classic Roman arch, and they went with stainless to match the rest of their doorknobs. That will be, you just open it, that door swings out of the way. That's a nice pantry light fixture in there. A lot nicer than just a fluorescent. So that is the main portion of the house. Oh, let me show you the garage over here. Then we'll go back to the master suite. Garage. This is your main 2-car garage. A lot of times people will actually put their cars in here. Now this garage has a lot of different space. You've got that alcove over there for, you could put a workbench or whatever. Motorcycle, bicycles. And you've got this space over here. This would be great for a workshop, workbench, tool chest. Got we would call a utility sink or a scrub sink, slop sink, a lot of different names, but that's the sink for stuff you use for stuff that you don't want to bring into the house. Obviously, paintbrushes, nasty shoes that step in mud and things. This here area is your tandem garage or your 3rd-car garage. This is where you can put the hobby car or 3rd vehicle, 4-wheeler, golf cart, or just general stuff. And it has a door out back, so you can access the backyard. You don't have to open all the garage doors or put a trash can out there. And we did pour a small slab of concrete so you're not stepping out into the mud. And we did put a 220 here for whatever special request by a customer for the welder or whatever whatever heavy duty device they want to use in the garage. Now that we've seen all that, let's get to the master suite. Hopefully you'll find equally as spectacular. Once again, you're struck by the fat walls, and they went with an arch here, an arched opening for effect. Now into the master suite. Now you notice, once again, no carpet, all hardwood floor. These folks just did not want to deal with any carpet. And the hardwood is more expensive up front, but you have carpet for your 5 to 7 to 9 years until it's out of style and worn out. Time you've put in carpet twice, you've paid for hardwood. My house is 15 years old. My carpet is shot. My hardwoods are still fine. So anyway, once I pay, if I had bought hardwood right up front, it'd still be fine. But this is a vaulted master suite, so you have that big feel, that high ceiling feel. We have a cedar beam right across the front with that. Look at that ceiling fan. Another cool ceiling fan. I really love these light fixtures. They did a great job. Cool propeller type ceiling fan. Anyway, so this is a large master suite, but it's got enough for your bed, your master bed over here, and there's enough room for a sitting area. And they have TV outlets. I chose to put them up there for TV in their sitting area. Some people put the TV on this wall. You have the flexibility to put it where you like. This is another door out to the deck, or the screen porch. So you have access from the kitchen, access from here. So the screen porch with furniture can become, really outdoor living area. Once again, views of the lake. And there will be more here as they take down trees and when the seasons change. Now, after the master bedroom, we have the master bath. Once again, that tile. And they went with a gray shaker cabinet here. Still the same kind of pulls, but look at the size of that great big countertop. Plenty of room so people aren't bumping into each other. Plenty of room for accessories. They haven't put the mirrors up yet, but we do have light fixtures here. Just kind of look at that cool seated glass. Love that. Now the master shower. You look, we did a shadow box and chair rail and shadow box trim to match everything. This trim goes into the master shower. Look down here, no curb or curbless or zero entry, zero curb. Number of words for it, but it's basically the shower with nothing to step over. So what we do when we frame it, we recess the floor and then we slope the shower floor and it all slopes down into that drain. There's your shower niche. Look at the back of the niche. The tile in there is the same as the floor as an accent. And what's nice about that is for the main part, you don't see that niche. You can put the niches up on the wall, but then you see all that shampoo and mess. Here it's kind of hidden. And what's also nice is you have your hot cold control here, so you can turn on your water and not be directly under it. And you can kind of test it with your foot to get it the temperature you like. This is a half wall with glass. Now, some people like no glass, but I do like the glass because you've got that really cool transom window. You've got all that natural light that comes in, and it also makes this feel bigger, and the natural light comes in to the bathroom. And you can see all that pretty tile work. If you had a solid wall there, you would hide all that. And this is kind of a narrower kind of galley type bathroom. So the more width we feel, the bigger it feels. And we have this really great tall ceiling, again, with a cedar beam. And I really like that because you've got your fan up there, so steam goes up, it gets up higher away, and the fan can do its work and get rid of it. And of course, we have our commode room in here. It's kind of obvious some experience should never be shared, so it's nice to have a private room away from everything. The master closet, once again, they put a hardwood floor in here. I do like that because in my master closet I have carpet and I can't tell when it's dusty. Here, if you get dust, you can see it. Look, this really cool closet shelves, solid shelves. The rest of these are wire shelves. These are nicer, but once again, there is a cost component. And you got high-lows, different. There's many different configurations available. That pretty much concludes a tour of this home. We hope you enjoyed what you saw. Once again, if you saw something of value, please click the like or subscribe button because we got a lot more great content coming. Once again, thank you for visiting our site.